Elise Axon. Some of you might recognize her from the TV. She was on Save Our Skin in America and the Bad Skin Clinic in the UK, talking about her HS and being treated for her HS, and they followed her HS experience. So hi Elise, thanks for joining me today.
That's all right, thanks for having me.
Let's just start off with asking you about your HS experience, when you first start getting symptoms, and how you've been managing so far.
So I started having symptoms at around 7 or 8 years old. So I had sort of like early stage 1, the random kind of nodules, which fortunately my mother has it, or unfortunately. So she knew exactly what it was. So we knew how to kind of handle it for quite a while. When I was around about 14, maybe a little bit earlier, I had to start going to the GP for some more serious symptoms. And then eventually I was sort of sent to dermatologists, went to about 4 different dermatologists, tried all the treatments under the sun. And then when I was 17, had surgery under both my arms, or 17 or 18, had surgery under both my arms, had wide excision. I didn't have skin grafts, but it was stitched and then left open because actually it was a nightmare. It didn't heal. And then, it kind of got progressively worse throughout the years, really. So last year, it got to the stage where I got approached to go on the TV show, which originally I was never going to do because it just wasn't something that I ever even crossed my mind to start with. And I just kind of was like, well, I'm embarrassed of this. Why would I then go and show the whole world that I have this condition? And then I kind of thought about it more, and I thought, I'm being thrown a lifeline here, and I'm being thrown an opportunity, and I need to take it, and if anything, do it to raise awareness. It wasn't until then that I realised how much my HS has affected me over the years. They asked questions and things that you don't really think of, like how does it affect your mental health? And when you actually then have to answer that question, you then go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've lived with this for so long. I started on adalimumab nearly a year ago now, when I was filming for the TV show. I've had really good progress with it. It's really calmed down some of my stage 3 areas, but as of late, I've been having a bit more of a flare up, but
up and down, isn't it, all the time with HS, unfortunately. You're a big advocate now and really dedicated to raising awareness of HS in the community, and I applaud that. I think it's fantastic. Do you want to talk a little bit about what you're doing now with your Instagram and things like that?
Yeah. So I basically, I set up my Instagram for myself because I knew that when I started this journey that it was going to be a roller coaster, because not only you're dealing with a skin condition, you're dealing with being thrown into the limelight as well. And you kind of forget where you come from, don't you? Sometimes you get so lost in the moment that you think, like, you don't realise how bad it was, or like there's so many different scenarios, isn't there? And I set up the Instagram page, I kept it private, and I literally used it as a diary. The first probably 10, 15 posts, I just documented it on a diary, like the travelling up to London, all that kind of stuff. And then they started using me for the media, and I kind of was just like, I've got this lifeline, use it, like make the most of it. Let's try and raise awareness, let's help people. So I opened it up to the public, and then it went on the TV. The TV show was aired, and then it kind of just grew from there. And now have this obviously huge community. I mean, I don't have thousands of followers, but the ones I do are pretty much HS sufferers. Yeah. So it's kind of just grown. Like, obviously I met you, I've met a lot of the other girls, we now do the Zoom calls. I've made friends, I've really made friends, and I think it's a nice community to be in because we can all understand, we all get it. Like, we don't have to say, I've had a bad day. Why have you had a bad day? Well, because I've got this skin condition. You don't have to go through all that rigmarole. You can just go, I'm having a tough time. I need to cry. I need to get it off my chest. And everyone goes, I get it. And it's so nice for once to feel understood. Yeah, got really into my page and trying to keep it updated and just trying to keep it as real as possible. I'm not on there trying to tell people to try this and try that. I'm literally documenting my journey. I'm documenting for me so I can look back and go, wow, look how far I've come this year. Look at the ups and downs and the good times and the bad times. And so, yeah.
So you've had a really rough time with your HS, Elise, and you've had it for a long time. So you're kind of like a bit of a veteran, in my opinion, anyway. And you must have some really, I don't know, sage advice for people, especially for people who may be starting out or showing some symptoms at a younger age and might be a bit lost. What advice would you have for people with HS?
Yeah, obviously I have lots of advice. I've been in lots of different scenarios over the years. I've tried lots of different things. I think the biggest thing for me, there's so many big things that I could advise there that I would say if I knew back then I would have done this or whatever. But one, I think you just need to be your own advocate. If you aren't getting somewhere with the doctor, I've been there. I'm probably under my 6th dermatologist now, maybe even more. I've been there when I've been to the dermatologist and I've walked out crying because I've been told it's because I'm overweight and I just need to lose weight. And you sit and you walk out thinking, if I could lose weight that simply, if I could exercise like you would do it. So one, I would say be your own advocate. If you don't feel happy with your dermatologist, if you don't feel respected, or, you know, like, if you're made to feel like this is just a little problem, I personally don't feel like that's good enough. Like, I feel like we are all people and it doesn't matter our shape, size, physical elements, age, we are all suffering with the same condition. So we should all be treated the same. Obviously different treatment paths like are different for different stages, but I just think get yourself a new dermatologist, get hold of who you need to get hold of, go online, look at the online support, because I know a lot of the girls have learned so much through us in our Zoom calls in just trying to like build us up. So I think there are a lot of avenues that you can go down, but you have to do that yourself. You have to want to try and help yourself, because unfortunately, if we don't try and help ourselves, sometimes you're not going to get anywhere. Yeah, that would be my first. Second one is keep this as positive as possible. Keep your brain as strong as you can. I know for me personally, I've had to keep myself going. If I didn't keep myself physically going and mentally going, I don't know where I'd be, because it can knock you down. But I don't want HS to define me. I never have, and I never will, because that's not who I am. It is who I am in the sense that I've learned from it, I've grown from it, and I am a completely different person. And I'm probably a better person, I'm a stronger person, but I can't let it define me. Like, I still want to go out and have fun. Like, there are some times where I have to go, do you know what, I just have to look after myself, call it quits. I'm not going out tonight, or I'm not going to see this person. But 90% of the time I go out and it's all about here. Yeah, I think is no matter how dark your days are, just try and stay positive as much as possible. My third bit of advice would be to speak to everyone. Tell your family, tell your friends. I mean, I remember at school, all my school teachers knew, because I couldn't do PE. Like, I did it sometimes, but probably 80% of the time I couldn't do it. I think the more people that know, the more people understand. I've been in scenarios, even with work and clients, I've told a client, like, and they go, oh my God, I have that. The more you speak, the more you realise that it's a lot more common and normal than what you think. And I say normal in inverted commas, because what is normal? Mm-hmm. Normal to us is a very different normal to someone else. So speak out, and the more you talk, the better it is. Don't hide behind your scars. Don't be embarrassed of them, because I can't imagine my body scar-free now. I genuinely cannot imagine what I would look like if I didn't have my HS. And like, part of me feels like that's really sad, but actually I'm not sad because this is me. Like, I can't help it. It is me, and that's it. Like, you have to accept yourself.
Yeah.
Again, with relationships, like, get that elephant out of the room. Just come straight out of it. First thing I do if I'm chatting to a new guy is say, like, not the first thing, but pretty instantly, like, probably the first few days, I come out with, I have this condition. I just say it how it is, because they're going to make that decision. They're either going to respect you and think you're an incredible person for it, or they're not. Like, and you actually deserve everything. You are no different to anyone else. Yeah. I'm no different to anyone else. I deserve the world just like everyone else does. I deserve respect, and if someone can't respect me and accept my skin condition and the gruesomeness of it and the trials and tribulations of it, then they're not worthy of me. And I think a lot of people come up with that question, like, how do you deal with relationships? Obviously, it's affected me in relationships. I'm not saying that it hasn't, but I know now what I'm worth, and I will not settle for anything less than someone accepting me. I think just never be embarrassed or ashamed. Just talk, get it out in the open, and you'll feel so much better for it.
Oh, Elise, really good advice, and really relevant as well in this day and age where people are judged a lot on their looks and on that kind of thing. So yeah, good.
The realistic things, the aesthetics. Like, you want someone to love you for you and not care what you aesthetically look like, because at the end of the day, that's not important.
Exactly. And the last thing, just want to ask, where can we see more of you? Where can we find you on social media? Because everyone should be following Elise. She's just fabulous. She's really
I'm not sure fabulous, but I've got a HS page that's called HS My Life, My Story. I have got a Twitter that's the same handle, but I'm not as active on there. The Instagram page I'm really active on. So yeah, HS My Life, My Story. Message me if you need to. That's what I think if anyone does need to talk, like, just message me, because I reply to everyone on there. I try and sort of give everyone encouragement.
I would definitely recommend following Elise on Instagram. She's an inspiration to everyone that meets her, including myself. So thanks so much, Elise, for your time